Welcome back to Miss Eddie's Math Movies, where it's cute to be a square. Today's lesson is on section 4.1, classifying triangles. By the end of the lesson, you'll be able to classify triangles by their sides and their angles. Before we start classifying, we're just going to make sure we can define a triangle. I know you guys have heard of triangle before. It's a three-sided shape, and we get that three from tri. Like if you're trilingual, you can speak three languages. And here's a picture of a triangle. And here's one side, here's another side, here's the other. A vertex, or plural, is vertices, are the points that join the two sides. So here's a vertice, or vertex, vertex, vertex. And all of them together are vertices. So one vertex, two vertices. They're like the elbows of the triangle, just like with the angle. And we're going to start by classifying triangles. That's just another word for name. We're going to name triangles by their sides in this case. So we have equilateral, which means equal sides. Equilateral. Isosceles and scalene. Equilateral has three congruent sides. Notice in the picture, all three are equal. Isosceles has at least two congruent sides. Here's the two tick marks. And scalene has zero congruent sides. Now we're going to talk about angles. So if we want to talk about sides, these are the words we use. If we want to talk about angles, these are the words we use. Equiangular means equal angles. Then we have acute, right, and obtuse. Well, in an equiangular triangle, there are three equal angles, congruent angles. Notice 1, 2, 3. In an acute triangle, there are three acute angles. Now in a right triangle, there's one right angle, and there's two acute angles. We couldn't have three right angles, that wouldn't be a triangle. In an obtuse triangle, we've got one obtuse angle and two acute. So I made a note down here. We've got two acute and two acute. And in order to be an acute triangle, you have to have three. Now let's practice. Classify the triangle by its sides. So to classify by sides, we use the words equilateral, isosceles, and scalene. All right. Well, this has no sides the same. 2, 3, and 4, none of those are the same. Has zero congruent sides. That's called scalene. Letter B, all three sides of 4 feet are the same. And if three sides are the same, that's called equilateral. Three congruent sides is equilateral. And in letter C, we have two sides the same. If two sides are the same, that is isosceles. Now we're going to classify by angles and sides. So we're going to use the words we just used for sides and other words for angles. So let's take a look at example A. First, look at the angles. 70, 70, 40. 70 is acute, 70 is acute, and 40 is acute. So that makes this an acute triangle. Acute. And then I see two sides that are the same. That makes it isosceles. Now we put those words together with the angles coming first, and we call this an acute isosceles triangle. In letter B, I see a right angle, an acute angle, and an acute angle. That one right angle makes this a right triangle. So a right triangle and no sides are the same. That's scalene. So a right triangle, that is scalene. We put those together and we call this a right scalene triangle. In letter C, I've got obtuse, acute, acute. So that makes this an obtuse triangle. because one angle is bigger than 90. And if I look at the sides, all the sides are different. That means it's scalene. So we have an obtuse and scalene. We put that together. We have an obtuse scalene triangle. Now I want you to try the follow-up. It's yes or no answers. It's good to show with a picture too if you want to explain that. Then I want you to try checkpoint number 1 through 3, and if you need help, go to example 1, with just classifying by sides. Then for the other checkpoint, which I want you to do now, you're going to classify by angles and sides. So you're going to have 2 answers for each one, and you can use example 2 to help you if you need any help. In our last example, we are going to identify which side is opposite of each angle. So first, we look at BC. Well, let's see here. Let's see if I can show you. What angle is opposite of BC? Well, we're basically asking what angle opens up to BC. Angle A opens up to BC. It's across from it. So opposite of BC is angle A. All right, now we need opposite AC. Well, opposite of AC, which angle is opening up to AC? That's angle B. Angle B is opening up to AC. So that's its opposite. And AB, the opposite of AB, well, angle C is opening up to AB. Notice that it's always the angle that's not given in the side. So every time we have ABC, ACB, ABC. Kind of is a pattern. That's all for today. This is M Cubed signing out.